What's up, guys? This is Jay from COI. Resident bitchy landlady slash mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, was on Anderson Cooper yesterday, and it was a complete disaster. Uh, this woman started the interview by saying that she that in America we need to open up, and in Las Vegas they want to be the test group. Anderson Cooper stopped her abruptly to say, wait, you want your people to essentially be the lab rats? You want them to be the test group? And she said, no. I already offered us to be the test group. And our statistician said no because a bunch of people work in the southern part of the state. This woman just admitted that she openly threw her people to the wolves of experiment, so to speak. That's not all, though, as she later claimed in the interview that she thinks that she already had coronavirus. She believes she got it in early January, which is a complete surprise to me because, well, we didn't know the coronavirus even existed until January 14th, but according to her, she was. Um, and she also had the line, "You're talking about disease, Anderson. I'm talking life. I'm talking life and living. The coronavirus has killed more than 46,000 Americans, including 187 in Nevada." Uh, she also prompted that we've dealt with this before here. We've dealt with this. We had Ebola, we've had West Nile, we've had polio. That's news to me. I didn't know Ebola was in Las Vegas. I had no clue. Maybe, maybe that just happened without me paying attention. Um, and I'm not even going to talk about the line where she discredits China and their way of implementing and reopening their economy. But she did, in fact, at one point kind of mock a grid because um, essentially Anderson Cooper asked her, okay, how would you reopen? What would be the practices? And he showed her a grid from a restaurant in China. And she just dismissed the whole thing and just said, well, this isn't China. This is Las Vegas. Completely missing the point of the conversation because right now China's about the only kind of blueprint we have for reopening. Who cares? I know. It's not China. um, this woman, I have to wonder if she was just completely drunk or if she's just a buffoon. I have no idea. She was obviously pandering to a certain demographic, a certain people, and potentially a certain politician. But it came off as incredibly flighty and ill informed. And trust me, usually if I have the misfortune of watching Anderson Cooper, that's how he comes off. She made him look really good. And the thing is, she's not the only one. Um, Donald Trump had a press briefing this evening, as he often does, and he was talking about a a bit of research that has kind of shown some promise with the coronavirus and expelling it, a therapeutic. And a scientist who spoke before him talked about how the virus dies the quickest in sunlight. Well, Trump then took the podium and he said, so, supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that it hasn't been checked because of testing, speaking to Bryant during the briefing, and then he said, and then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through skin or some other way, and I think you said you're going to test that too? He added, I see the disinfectant that knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute, and there is a way we can do that, something like that, by injection or inside or almost a cleansing. As you see, it gets the lungs. It does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it would be interesting to check that out. That's what our president said. It's funny because he's selling this product that he neither understands or exists. This was just a practice, so to speak, into what would kill the virus. They were trying to study it, and they found out, lo and behold, yes, sunlight does kill it quicker. The original experiment was there was a room that was at about 70 degrees and very low light, and the virus lived for about an hour. Well, when they introduced ultraviolet light and they raised the temperature to over 90 degrees, I believe, the virus only lived for about a minute. And he was just bringing up his findings. And now Trump wants to somehow inject ultraviolet light or a disinfectant into our lungs, into our body, and it'll clean out the lungs. It'll get it really well, even though he has no idea what he's talking about. My whole point. Sometimes people shouldn't speak about things that they don't know anything about. Our politicians, maybe they're great on legislation. Maybe they can tell you the precedent that is, of certain court cases, considering most of them are lawyers. And maybe Donald Trump can tell you how to make a good reality TV game show. But what none of them can do is explain medical science, because neither, I would say none, I should say, are either a scientist or a doctor. We have a few, like Ben Carson. Oddly enough, Ben Carson has not said anything because he's smart. He may not be awake either, but he's also smart, and he knows it would be really folly to speak on this disease and how to treat it when the scientists and doctors don't know yet. It would also be stupid to throw your people to the wolves and suggest that they become lab rats, like Mayor Goodwin or Governor Kemp in Georgia, for instance. Because if it goes wrong, you're done. It's over. It kind of puts me in place of I've been listening to The Bonfire. If you don't know what that is, it's a comedy podcast. Dan Soder, Big J Ogerson, and Joe DeRosa. And there's this point in the show, and one of the last ones, where Joe DeRosa, he's a comedian, he basically stops the entire show as they're talking about the coronavirus, and he's like, guys, I got this. I figured it out. So many people died in New York because we have the most people in the country. It was so genuine. Like it just dawned on him. Oh my God, we have 8 million people here. And it was hilarious, and it was funny, and it was because he's a comedian. These people are politicians, not doctors, not scientists, and they should probably not speak to those things. It's easy to speak about, let's say you're Carolyn Goodwin, and for funsies, we'll act like we're on Anderson Cooper. Here's what you say. You say, well, here in Las Vegas, we're very eager to get back to work. We're more than willing to work with the CDC and the federal government, and we want to figure out what guidelines we can follow to get our economy back and running as soon as possible. But right now, we have to rely on President Trump and the CDC and our governor, Governor Sisolak. That's what you do. It's not that difficult. Because here's the thing. You're still pandering to your people. You're pushing the blame off there. It's that simple. And that's the only reason why she was on. It was to get her people riled up. I'm sure she has an election coming up. Honestly, if that's not it, I don't know why she was on. I'm sure she was trying to get some message out. Neither way, she can just say, I'm all for opening up right now, but we're beholden to the law right now. That's simple. If you're Donald Trump and you feel like this ultraviolet news is important and it's big, you just come out and simply say, we have some very interesting research that has shown a potential avenue for a new therapeutic. And it does involve ultraviolet light, and we can see how we might be able to manufacture um, a drug using the knowledge that we gained with this testing that might become fruitful. That's all you do. You don't go into how you administer it, what type of drug it's going to be. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't say, well, when Barron was a little boy, when he was an infant, his liver wasn't developed, so they had these glow sticks that they made us put on his body when he was sleeping, and it brought sunlight into his body, and that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get giant glow sticks and put them all over people's body. Sorry, my Trump is awful, but like, because honestly, I'm not a doctor or scientist either. I'm married to a scientist. And when I suggested that same thing, I said, well, can't they use like the incubator kind of thing? Would that work? And she's like, no, that's stupid. It won't go through your skin. And I'm fine taking the fact that what I said was stupid because it's not my job. It's not what I do. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Tomorrow we will probably get back to more disappointing and depressing news as we will talk about the fact that we are officially at 27 million unemployed in this country. 8% of the country, not just the working 8%, the working age. In total, 8%. Yeah, so I decided to do this show instead. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. You have a great evening.